All right, how's it going, guys? It's Austin again here. I'm finishing the day up $500 in terms of my day trades, and I'll go over those in a second. I'm up quite a bit today on my overall account, all of my positions. So that is great. Everything seems to just be rocketing higher. Gold, silver, the indexes, everything. Um, and so that's great. So I'm going to get into the trades from today. And as usual, the link to my new Discord server is in the description. And if you want to chat or have any questions or anything, you can join. And I'm trying to kind of get that started. But let's hop into the trades from today. And the reason that this is not going to be a live stream and this is going to be a uh, a video is because I actually have a video of a trade that I took today, a live video of Qualcomm. So they reported earnings and and are gapped up quite a bit. They closed yesterday around 128, and they're opening today at let's see, around 145. So quite a bit of a move higher. And those are, typically stocks that, excuse me, are good to trade, right? Stocks that have high volume that are moving around a lot. So here's my trade on Qualcomm, which I'm pretty happy with. Obviously, I could have had some better exits, as you can see, but this was a trade I was kind of wanting to get out of quickly, as I normally do on reversals like this, where stock's moving around a lot and anything can happen. So I traded this one right off the bat. And let's get into the video that I have here of this trade. I'll full screen this. This is a recording of the market open here, and I'll show you exactly kind of where I took this position. Let's fast forward a little bit. So I'm watching this closely, and I'm waiting for the dip buy. You can see I have my cursor on the join the bid button. I'm just waiting to pull the trigger on this thing, kind of looking to see how the volume is coming out and what might be a good place to bottom pick this. Obviously, this is when the market's just open, so I've I'm hopping around looking at other stocks as well. But let's fast forward a little bit here. I'm going to take a position very shortly. I'm waiting for this thing to move lower. I think we can move lower at this point still, and we do. Here we go. And this is where I take the position. That's where I like to take a position. For me, a good entry is at the bottom of a red candle. And you don't want to take a position. You want to get as good an entry as you can and try to bottom pick, which means basically, get the bottom of a low, get the bottom of a red candle. Obviously, it does continue to move lower a little bit here, so I'm ready to cut this position if my loss comes out to like 150 or 200. So I'm actually getting ready to cut this position here, but I do still think that if this is going to fill the gap, in other words, if this is going to come all the way back down to 128, which is extremely unlikely uh, in my opinion, it wouldn't do it just on one move lower. It would have some sort of pullback. I would guess that it would need some sort of retest of the pre-market high, and this is indeed where it it does start to reverse right here, and that's what I was looking for is that reversal. Obviously, I didn't get the best entry. You can see my entries at 143, but still pretty good in the grand scheme of things. I could have gotten an entry down here below 142, would have been amazing, but you can't get the best entries 100% of the time. So, that's just how trading goes. And this is where we see that reversal. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. And as you can see, we're squeezing up. And initially I set an order there to take some profit, 25 shares. So I enter usually in one piece and then I exit in uh, small increments. I play around with the orders and set them in different places. Here I set it just above VWAP. I usually like to take some profit on that rip through VWAP. Um, and I do end up taking profit there. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. It's a bit choppy in here. Again, I'm cutting around looking at different things as this is going on. But I'm waiting for this to kind of curl back up and make a pass at this at the VWAP area. And here, it looks like it's coming back down, but I still feel confident that it's not I'm not too afraid that it's just going to keep continuing lower without making a test of VWAP, or if not continuing higher and testing pre-market highs. So I'm patient here. I'm patient here. I'm not cutting anything. Here we go. More consolidation. There's another test of VWAP and a fail. So I do get a little bit nervous there because now we have two tests kind of at that VWAP area and we're failing. But on the other hand, we also have these kind of wicks here that are telling us that we're testing lower and failing. And right now we're just kind of in a space of consolidation where we don't really know what to do. And in a space of consolidation, you look at, well, what was the move into that consolidation? The move into that consolidation was higher. So I give the benefit of the doubt to the fact that we may continue higher out of the consolidation. Also, again, anything can happen, but it's kind of all these back of mind thoughts that are in my mind, as well as the fact that I like this 5 minute setup. I like how this is a pretty good green candle here, and I am waiting to see a green candle continue higher up through VWAP, and that's the pattern that I'm looking for right now. And also, these patterns like to fake you out right here. They like to fake you out to make you think that we're going to continue lower when in fact this becomes another wick. And here we go. First green candle to make a new high. First 1 minute candle to make a new high. I'm flipping around here a little bit. And here we go. There's the continuation on the after that first green candle. And then you get this, and that's what we were looking for. I almost tried to cancel those orders because I those orders were really set in place so I could take some profit just in case we did move lower. But here we're getting the very decisive, clear rip through VWAP. So I was thinking about canceling those orders because now I feel like, okay, we're in a good spot to continue up through and make a play toward the pre-market range up in here. So I'm feeling good about that. So, okay, we need to retest the VWAP. I'm fine with that. So we touch down, retest, and here we go. And now we can continue higher. And so obviously I'm taking profit all along the way. Only long half my position now. And this is a spot where I can choose whether to keep holding 100 shares, or just try to get out up near these highs if I'm nervous about now, a possibility where we could move lower. But again, I feel like we can get back in this pre-market range a little bit higher, maybe 146.5, and we do end up again, I'm jumping around here, um, but we do end up making getting into those levels. So anyway, that's pretty much the trade. And here we go. Here's that green candle follow through that. Oh, sorry. This is a trade I almost took on XPEV. Actually, I'll show you this. This is a setup I really like too. Is typically when you have a stock like this, XPEV, which a you can see on the daily chart. This is kind of a mini lesson if you're still watching this. But it has recent high volume, but this is very momentum based. This is not like a consistent upward trend. This is very reactionary or what have you. And so we have this move up here in the as the market opens, but then we retrace almost kind of toward half of that move. And when you have that big of a retracement down toward VWAP, this is a place where I would look to go short right here. Right here, I would go short. Um, but it does I think XPEV right now, I don't know, I could look at it, but I think it may I'm not sure where it's at right now, but there it is. I tried to place the order to go short and this does become a red candle. But whatever. Moving on. I come back to Qualcomm here and I see this big green candle. It's like, okay, good, time to take some profit on that, which I eventually do and get out of this trade with about $500 in profit. And obviously it does continue higher, which is whatever, but that is that trade. And here are all my entries and exits. And if you have any questions about that trade, um, you can put that in the comments or whatever. Um, cool. Actually, I will look at XPEV. Where is it now? Okay, so it's kind of consolidating around, whatever. Then I had a trade on DraftKings. Not happy with this one. I tried to catch this first candle to make a new high. I liked that. And I thought we might kind of move up toward the highs here. And we do end up moving higher. And I had terrible exit here at kind of this bottom and took $177 loss. So I'm not happy with this. I should have been able to stay a little bit more disciplined and realize that this is kind of a double bottom here and I shouldn't cut this and this is kind of a weird irrational move down and all that. It just I should have I was thinking all that in the time. I just was like, okay, I don't want this to be anywhere close to a red day. I don't want to eat too much into my gains on the Qualcomm trade, so I just got out. That was what I was thinking, but I should have been a little bit more steady-handed in this trade. And then I had one more trade with Microsoft, which kind of cancels out that DraftKings trade um, in here, and it was some choppy action in here. And you're probably thinking, why didn't you cut this on these breaks of VWAP? Why would you not stop out on these breaks of VWAP? Why did you stay in this trade? And I'll show you. It has everything to do with what the market was doing at this time. I really liked this setup to actually move lower. And I did end up cutting this. I got out of my last position as we came back up through here because I wanted this to continue lower for my Microsoft trade, but we didn't. So, you got to be able to adapt quickly. But this setup where we had kind of, okay, so we're down here, we come up, we kind of have a head and shoulders here, and then we come down and a bounce, and I was looking for a continuation lower, maybe toward this bottom here, but we didn't get that. Um, So how does that affect the Microsoft trade? Well, that was kind of in this choppy action here, and these were, consistent with those bounces in the market here. Um, and I was definitely looking for that break lower, and I thought, okay, fail VWAP, and then here I was looking for it to fail again, and we kind of had that lower top here. Um, and so I liked all that. And then as soon as this red, bearish reversal candle formed here, that was a sign for me that we were going to finally break through down here. And and I was looking for it to kind of meet this low here. I had some orders set up for down here, and I got to be honest, I looked at my phone for a second, and when I looked back up, we had these huge red candles, or sorry, huge green candles back to the upside, and I was like, dang it. I just, I wanted to be able to take all my shares off down here because it was more like a $350 trade until we moved back up and I had to cut some shares here at a worse price or whatever. Still in the money from where I went short, but not ideal. All right, so those are my trades from today, and obviously up significantly overall on the day, which is great. And so far, every day of November has been green. I'll show you my trader view right here. 3 green days and another one here on Thursday. That's today. And I'll show you my stats starting in November. So far, a 78% win rate, 1,400 plus today, about $2,000 in profit here in the first week of November. And all of that is great. So average winning trade is 219, average losing trade 46 as of this morning. That is spectacular. Largest loss, $56. Largest gain, 526. That is totally epic. I don't expect that to hold, but for the rest of the month. But as it is right now, that's great. And cutting losses quickly. So everything that I want to be doing this month, I'm doing so far. That DraftKings trade has me down a little bit. I don't like that. So that will be my new largest loss. But nothing compared to October. I had a really bad loss of $2,000. So, but still, I'll show you October really quickly. I have a whole video on this. Maybe I'll link. Yeah, you know what? You can just go watch the video. I have a video of my entire October review that you can go watch. And I'll put a link to that as well in the top right corner of this video. All right, guys, that's it. So $500 in profit and a great day today. And let me know if you have any questions. Join the Discord server and subscribe, like all that good stuff. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you in the next recap.